the second of 3 videos by psychotherapist LynneBernfield, Lynne describes her concept of cover story, a limited version of yourself which, because you believe it's true, stifles your potential to be the person you were meant to be.
In my last video, I explained that we come into adulthood believing that we know who we are, how we're going to be treated, and what we can and cannot do. I call these ideas about ourselves our cover story. And yes, just like spies, we all have a cover story. Unlike spies who know their cover story is fiction, we believe our cover story is the truth. And this is really important because right or wrong, good or bad, we base our lives on that cover story. It's not what you're capable of, but what your cover story tells you you're capable of that determines the life you design. And it's primarily your family that determines your cover story. How they saw you, how they treated you, who they told you you were. Unfortunately, there are no perfect parents. So there can be no perfect childhood. And we all come into adulthood believing a cover story which is a limited version of who we really are. It's undeniable that trauma changes the lives of people who are traumatized. Every child who has experienced trauma has their life altered. But many people say, why am I depressed when nothing is really wrong? Why am I anxious when there isn't any danger? It's because so many things can alter the trajectory of your life that aren't labeled trauma. For example, Tom and Sue's first child seemed to come out of the womb talking, Mama, Dada, Grandpa, Puppy. They were so delighted. They named him Clever Charlie. When their next child, Sam, was born, he talked too, but at a more developmentally appropriate speed. But to them, it felt slow. So with no malice, they called him Slow Sam. When Sam and Charlie grew up, although they had almost identical IQs, because Charlie thought of himself as clever, he took risks that enriched his life. Because Sam didn't, he didn't. So you can see how a nickname became a cover story, became a life. And I'm hoping that you can see how important it is to know what your cover story is. I'm hoping that you're asking yourself, what is my cover story? And could I possibly be more than I think I am? In the next video, I'm going to give you an exercise that will help you discover your cover story. And not only that, but the qualities that you have that you don't have access to, that in fact you don't even know you have. And I'll explain why that happened and what you can do about it. In the meanwhile, if you find yourself thinking, feeling, doing something you don't want to think or feel or do, ask yourself, could this be part of my cover story? Maybe even ask yourself, could I be more than I think I am? In any case, none of this is your fault. So please, be kind to yourself. You really do deserve it. Till next time.
Ms. Bernfield will be offering a 4-part Zoom workshop in which, using these concepts and techniques, she will help participants become who they were meant to be. If you're interested in attending the workshop and want to receive more information, send an email to LynneBernfield@gmail.com. That's LynneBernfield@gmail.com.